Om Namo Narayanaaya. 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 Respected friends, welcome you all. Salutations, gratitudes, hearty congratulations, and wishes and prayers that we continue this Adhyatmika sadhana. Good that this Sankalpa, this Prarthana, this Pratigna, every day we are doing. All this is to strengthen our inner Vyaktitvas of Lokasevaka Adi by invoking the grace of Parabrahma, Ishvara, Jagannatha, Devata Gana, Guru Gana, Shastra Gana, so that we reach to what we are, so that we are freed from what we are not. Shwethashwathara Upanishad, we are into third Adhyaya. The topic under discussion is so important that the knowledge of this topic under discussion has to be felt very deeply, respectfully in the heart. Then only from that knowledge we get the required prerana. Oh, this is what to be achieved, this is what to be done. Then only our inner initiation for this sadhana can start. Life and spirituality are such that इधर ही घूमते रहते हैं लेकिन चीज को पकड़ नहीं पाते. बस पकड़ने की बात. Every our attempt is to catch it. Every attempt by the Lord and the Guru to bless us also is to make us catch. All is here, but we are not able to recognize it. So let us see how best we can recognize. The third chapter, 8th, 7th, 9th mantras, we are studying them. Let us do. And like every day, 5 aspects. Veda Mantrocharana in a meditational mood with full prayers, pratignas, and then our common sense thought, then some Mangala Acharana Guru Smarana Shlokas, Sankalpa, Upanishad Mantrocharana, followed by Upanishad Adhyayana with Bhashyam. So 20 minutes, 30, whatever. Let us start. ॐ शञ्च मे मयश्च मे प्रियञ्च मेऽनुकामश्च मे कामश्च मे सौमनसश्च मे भद्रञ्च मे श्रेयश्च मे वस्यश्च मे यशश्च मे भगश्च मे द्रविणञ्च मे यन्ता च मे धर्ता च मे क्षेमश्च मे धृतिश्च मे विश्वञ्च मे महश्च मे संविच्च मे ज्ञात्रञ्च मे सूश्च मे प्रसूश्च मे सीरञ्च मे लयश्च मरुतञ्च मे अमृतञ्च मे अयक्ष्मं च मे अनामयच्च मे जीवातुश्च मे दीर्घायुत्वं च मे अनमित्रं च मे अभयं च मे सुगं च मे शयनं च मे सूषा च मे सुदिनं च मे ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. ॐ शञ्च मे मयश्च मे प्रियञ्च मेऽनुकामश्च मे कामश्च मे सौमनसश्च मे भद्रञ्च मे श्रेयश्च मे वस्यश्च मे यशश्च मे भगश्च मे द्रविणञ्च मे यन्ता च मे धर्ता च मे क्षेमश्च मे धृतिश्च मे विश्वञ्च मे महश्च मे संविच्च मे ज्ञात्रञ्च मे सूश्च मे प्रसोश्च मे सीरञ्च मे लयश्च मरुतञ्च मे अमृतञ्च मे अयक्ष्मञ्च मे अनामयच्च मे जीवातुश्च मे दीर्घायुत्वं च मे अनमित्रं च मे अभयं च मे सुगं च मे शयनं च मे सूषा च मे सुदिनं च मे Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shancha Me Mayascha Me Priyancha Me Nukavascha Me Kavascha Me Sau Manasascha Me Bhadrancha Me Shreyascha Me Vasyascha Me Yashascha Me Bhagascha Me Dravinancha Me Yantacha Me Dhartacha Me Kshemascha Me Dhrutischa Me Vishwancha Me Mahascha Me Samvitcha Me Gnatrancha Me Suscha Me प्रसोश्च मे श्रीरञ्च मे लयश्च मरुदञ्च मे अमृतञ्च मे अयक्ष्मञ्च मे अनामयच्च मे जीवातुश्च मे दीर्घायुत्वं च मे अनमित्रञ्च मे अभयञ्च मे सुगञ्च मे शयनञ्च मे सुषा च मे सुदिनञ्च मे ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ शञ्च मे मयश्च मे प्रियञ्च मे नुकामश्च मे कामश्च मे सौमनसश्च मे भद्रं च मे श्रेयश्च मे वस्यश्च मे यशश्च मे भगश्च मे द्रविणं च मे यन्ता च मे धर्ता च मे क्षेमश्च मे धृतिश्च मे विश्वं च मे महश्च मे संविच्च मे ज्ञात्रं च मे सोश्च मे प्रसोश्च मे श्रीरं च मे लयश्च मरुतं च मे अमृतञ्च मे अयक्ष्मञ्च मे अनामयच्च मे जीवातुश्च मे दीर्घायुत्वं च मे अनमित्रञ्च मे भयञ्च मे सुगञ्च मे शयनञ्च मे सोषा च मे सुदिनञ्च मे ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ शञ्च मे मयश्च मे प्रियञ्च मे नुकामश्च मे कामश्च मे सौमनसश्च मे भद्रञ्च मे श्रेयश्च मे वस्यश्च मे यशश्च मे भगश्च मे द्रविणञ्च मे यन्ता च मे दर्ता च मे क्षेमश्च मे धृतिश्च मे विश्वञ्च मे महश्च मे संविच्च मे ज्ञात्रञ्च मे सोश्च मे प्रसोश्च मे क्षीरञ्च मे लयश्च मरुदञ्च मे अमृतञ्च मे अयक्ष्मञ्च मे अनामयच्च मे जीवातुश्च मे दीर्घायुत्वं च मे अनमित्रञ्च मे अभयञ्च मे सुगञ्च मे शयनञ्च मे सोषा च मे सुदिनञ्च मे ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Friends, in today's common sense thought, what we can think, discuss, maybe one or two or three things. Remember, let us see. One key, there are some jivas, living human beings. From the childhood only, they are a lavish way of living life of doing unwanted things, wasting the time and energy and resources, whether it is on the name of anidra adi or extrovertedness adi, enjoyments, etc. For whatever the samskaras they brought and whatever the approvals, encouragements, permissions that are given by the rearing parents. Don't you see them? Who is always in the sleepy mood or TV mode or enjoying mode. Now just imagine when he comes to the youth age, what will he be? Same he will be. What will be in the middle age? Same. He may be getting some job, profession. He will do that out of some compulsions. Sometimes even that's not there. And till the old age and till the death, the child aged way of wasting the time energy continues. Maybe the things change. And in the childhood, he was playing with the children in the ground, but in the old age, he will just waste the time in his friends. May not play or even may play in the ground. Isn't it? In the childhood, also, he was watching the cartoons. In the old age, he will see himself, he is also a cartoon, or he will see that some other program. So, one has to be careful about this key. Is it that from the childhood, the ways in which I was wasting my time in my so called friends, in my so called outer things, in so called entertainments, in so called Nidra Adi, even now? Because it continues. None of the bad things go away, good things come by themselves. Isn't it? Bad things can come, but they won't go just like that. Good things never come unless we. Isn't it? Like, why will a Mahatma come in our life unless we deserve and we try? Why will an Upanishad class come in our life unless we get up and switch on the live class and listen it? It won't come, na? In the same way. Same way, you can see the other type of the students from childhood because of the vasana samskaras brought, also because of the way the parents rearing, taking care of the child. See the discipline in them. They are so perfect about everything. Their daily discipline, their daily routine is so beautiful. The time of getting up, brushing teeth. The parents are conscious of the children. Children also respond. Therefore, they do all that thing. Getting ready, going to the schools, coming, doing the homework, going to the tuition. Isn't it? None of much of these extroverted rajasic activities. Good food is given, they were full of energy. And no tamoguna. He doesn't want, people, parents never encourage. Parents never encourage, he never demands. The entertainment, the TVs. He understood. Sometimes even parents say, why don't you watch TV? He himself, I don't want. I'm not interested. How lucky that child and parents, there are minimum tensions to those parents because of such children. And good ranks, good marks. Imagine at the youth age how they will be. And cracking all the NITs or NDAs or whatever, I don't know, in today's world. Will they not get the seats without SC, ST, BC reservation donations in good colleges? See them, how they are absorbed by the companies. Right from the age of 20 only, he's already 50 lakh package per annum, which is so wonderful and unimaginable for others. Now imagine that person, the middle-aged may, how will he be? Wonderful, good family, wife, children, nice house staying, and in a good position by then in the work, isn't it? And imagine that man at the elderly age, isn't it? Himself will join some organization, take a big position, fully involved in serving through that organization. Do we belong to this category or to the other one, first one? Isn't it? Whichever, first, where do we stand? We know. We have to know whichever the age we are. Then, can we, if at all, in that first one said, shift into the second one? Be conscious. The whole idea is I am conscious of myself right from my childhood till now. I am conscious now. At that time, I was in an unconscious, half minded mood. I was doing like a drunkard, whatever it was being prompted by my mind. And a bina hosh ka. Most of us live in a behosh manner, as pushed by society, as pushed by parents, as pushed by the vasanas, etc. What is the manner of living with hosh consciously? Is we are aware of the whole life, its goals to be achieved, its further the things to be done. That is called as hosh के साथ जीना. We are all बेहोश. कौन से स्कूल में डाले we don't know. Isn't it? Which subjects they are teaching, we don't know. Its importance, we don't know. Somehow, we write the exams, we pass. Where we got Naukari, we don't know. We just keep doing it to get salary, that's it. There's no hope at all. Somewhere they get married, we get married, and children have to be born. Sahara, there's nowhere we are there in our life, consciously, knowing the goals, knowing the means, etc. I say, bas, same is the Pashus. They don't know, bas wo jeete hi rehte. So we are trying today to analyze, to bring that aspect of consciousness, awareness about our own life, what has been happening throughout my life, right from childhood, what should have happened. What should have happened is that alone is happening. If yes, can there be any improvement in it? What should have not happened if it's that's going on happening? Can we shift it to what it should happen? We discussed both the things. Two things today we have seen are assorted. These two are related. One more or two more things we just discussed. So the idea is what? Every animal, every human being, how they consciously or unconsciously brought up, that's what they become. And I am not giving all other examples. Like in some of the children's case, only the useless, unwanted musics, etc., are given right from a young childhood. He will be only in that mood. आप जिसको गीता श्लोक सिखा रहे हैं, the other देवता स्तोत्र सिखा रहे हैं, so that fellow will be brought up like that. है ना? The fellow who is taken only for the picnics and entertainments and all things, he will be brought up like that. The other boy by the parents taken to the temples, taken to some pilgrimages, taken to some mahatmas, isn't it? So he will be brought up like that. What we are brought up by our parents, what we are doing to ourselves, what we are doing to our children, that is to question, to contemplate, to inquire about, isn't it? And any time when we realize what we are doing wrong and this is right, shifting to right is very good. Better late than never. देर आए लेकिन दुरुस्त आए तो है sometime. So never ever worry about past. We are initiating the thought. According to this thought, we are trying to act by observing what has been happening in our life. What should have happened? Can we shift from that to this? And one very important thing to be added is, with all our duties to be done for the world, with all our concerns, kindnesses, compassions, values towards the world, with all of that remaining intact. First and foremost thing, then all of that is our own life. I have to be important to myself. And in the interest of my own importance to myself and evolution of myself, alone or the outer duties, outer services. So never lose identity of yours. In the sense, don't forget yourself. अपने बारे में होश नहीं खोना. I am important to me. My evolution is important. Be conscious about it. We all, for various reasons, ignorances, misguidances, lose the sight of our own self. And on the name of the charities, the services, we do so many the outer world things only. They all have to be done, but are you conscious that they are all done for my evolution, which is primary, which nobody can do for me? So become aware of oneself, one's own development growth. For that, what's required is to be done inside and outside. If we brought good samskar, brought up in such way by our parents and all, thanks to all of them. Continue it, intensify it, deepen it, expand it. Because in this evolutionary ladder, sky is not the limit. So much, so much. First, we have to serve the Guru, God, and all. Then we have to be blessed by them. We have to spiritually evolve. After even realization, we keep on to serving the world as representatives of the divinity or the rishis or the gurus. It's a big thing. Keep on improving. There's no end to that. If we are already in that, if we are all not ready in that, already not in this, where are we now? Observe in which way our days are spent every day. How many are the childish mentalities in that of still indulgences in the bhoga, even at this age? Can we consciously stop them? Can we replace those precious, valuable hours with something spiritual? Isn't it? In that way, let us be aware every day. This is how I am aware of myself, I am aware of what's happening to be by me, and then in that, if spirituality is not there, bring it. Other things, consciously feeling for myself कि ये जो मैं कर रहा हूँ मूर्खता है बकवास है ये let me do the good. That's what Arjuna says. पृच्छामि त्वाम धर्म सम्मूढ़ चेता. I am stupid, deluded what to do, what not to do, and doing what's not to be done. And I never know what is Shreyas also. Yet Shreyasyaat Nishchitam Rohitan. Isn't it? In our life also. We have to that way. Nobody need to tell us enough. We have to know, okay, this is what I should not do, this is what I have to do, isn't it? Whether it is nidradi bhoga, wasting the time in many other ways, whatever it may be, we have to be careful and keep on consciously replacing. For that, an ideal and noble, some personality you should understand. Anybody, living or non-living, or an ideal personality का points लिख लो. Who is an ideal spiritual personality? A sadhaka, in other technical words. What should be his routine? लिख लो, then be like that. Master oneself in couple of months, and in the dignified way, living that spiritual life, ensure our own evolution. So beautiful it is if we are into that maturity, that discipline, that single pointedness, that art of making ourselves spiritually growing. Wonderful. Think about it. This is what is the first two things we saw. Third one is little technical one. Today's common sense thought is कि देखो, the sequence are these simple. Ajnana, ignorance. Vasana, the tendencies. Kamana, the desires. Kamya karma, desire prompted action. Not duty prompted, not spirituality prompted, desire prompted action. Karma leads to the karma phala. Karma phala upabhoga. Okay, enjoying the result. Strengthens again both the vasana as well as the ajnana. Vasana is strengthened mainly that strong vasanas keep intact the ignorance inside because they have a knack of again expressing as the kamana, isn't it? This is how the avidya, vasana, kamana, kamya karma, karma phalopabhoga, again avidya, vasana strengthening is the samsara cycle, is the bondage cycle. So where to break, where we can act upon, you know? Everywhere we have to consciously act upon, isn't it? Avidya has to be replaced by the vidya. The vasanas have to be replaced the negative by the positive. The kamanas have to be replaced by the positive. Therefore, kama karma, then the phala, then positive samskara instead of vasana. This should be done in general. More particularly, if you want to know, these are the few things we can take care about at the level of kamana. Let us talk today little about this one, very little. Ki, see, dekho, because we have a vidya vasana, kamana definitely will come. Okay. First point is we cannot avoid the arrival of the kamanas in our mana. They come because of our outer perceptions responded by the inner vasanas. They come because of inner existing sankalpa vasana. Okay? Kamana, ana, we can't avoid. To begin with, at this moment. The first stage which everyone follows is, without even second thought, doing the purti of that kamana. And this is what the first one we said, he is an 100% samsari. Isn't it? Kamana aate hi purna karna is 100% samsari. And there is no end to the kamanas. There is only tiredness, exhausted, then there is a sleep or rest, again get up only for fulfilling the kamana. You can see the pashus, they eat whatever they want or got, they sleep. They get up only to eat. Observe, not a pashu which somebody is bringing up or somebody is rearing, just a pashu. उसको और कुछ काम ही नहीं होता. Some domesticated animals, sometimes they take you for walk. Some bulls, etc., they may do some plowing if you use it. A horse you can ride and it takes. It is not naturally they are coming. घोड़ा आके नहीं पूछता मेरे ऊपर सवार हो जाओ. बैल ऐसा आके नहीं कहता I'll do the खेत जोतना. or Ketu. No. If at all we do, they do. But left to themselves, only two things. They are having something to eat, then they rest. In the same way, the first category is this. There is no sadhaka at all in him, only 100% samsari. Then what is the sadhana starts? Okay, the first step is when the desires come, not fulfilling them. How do you achieve it? Again, different subject. We are not going into the details of it, but we are only discussing the titles or the subjects. From desire fulfillment to desire not fulfillment stage, we have to come to any number. If you have 1,000 desires, 1,000. If not 1,000, at least 100, 10, 1. Jitna bhi. First stage is that becoming aware. When the desire comes, not fulfilling it, the first stage of evolution, because we know when it is fulfilled it becomes वासना. इसलिए नहीं फुलफिल करना पहला अचीवमेंट. पूरा करना, बट पूरा टू बिगिन विथ नहीं होता. 1 hour do you take up anything, you whatever your examples, isn't it? When the desire comes, I am not fulfilling it, is the first achievement. Then the desire comes, I went to fulfill it without thinking, without stopping. Isn't it? We are like that. So innocently stupid we are. 12-2 बजे रात को नींद खुल के डिजायर आता है वो फ्रिज में रसगुल्ला है, let us go and eat. So innocently like buffalo we go and eat. Such things. Just mind says चलो watch TV. Oh, we start भाई से बैठ जाते हैं सोफा में, है ना, creating for future the extreme laziness. Don't we do so? चलो let me sleep for 1 hour. Thought comes, go and that's it. ना कोई पूछने वाला, ना कोई प्रश्न, isn't it? And the most unfortunate are the ones who are living life freely, independently, where nobody is there to tell them. Especially all elders above 60 are the most unfortunate ones, because there is nobody to tell them. Because वो बड़े हो गए, they only tell others. They have nobody to tell them. Even somebody there, they don't go there. They don't listen. First stage is from fulfilling the desire to not fulfilling the desire. Okay. Second stage is what? Observing the desires, watching the desires when they are coming. And not fulfilling is already earlier one said, it goes with. Desire आया, fulfill किया. Desire आया, fulfill नहीं किया. Desire आया, fulfill नहीं किया और उसको देखते गए. Fulfill नहीं किया. Observe it. A very good entertainment. It is coming like, let me have coffee. The desire came. Immediately I went earlier to fulfill. Second level, no, I will not drink coffee today. मरूंगा क्या मैं उसके बिना? Let me see. It's a tapasya. Nowadays, just like in medical also, doctors never give any restrictions. कि ये मत खाओ, ये खाओ. मैं नहीं आवड़ा. कुछ भी खाओ कहते. And they खाते हैं, बीमारियां खत्म ही नहीं होते. Because all बीमारी only because of food. In the same way, the spiritual sadhana may be, gurus also never give any rules, regulations. Because when they are told the disciple will not stick, they go to that guru who never imposes any discipline. But this restriction discipline is the only way by which we conquer all our inner tendencies, habits, etc. But nowadays, nobody talks, bothers about it at all. Therefore, desire I have fulfill kar rahe. I mean, I will not fulfill, let me see what will happen. Will I die? That attitude. And some people say, no, this is a suppression. Or if you are suppression, then you suffer, you are becoming a victim of it, a bewakoof, addict or it. Isn't it? Just think about it, how from last 30, 40 years, the world has fallen down to that level of justifying the indulgences on the name that if they are not indulged in, it becomes a suppression. Now, no, forget about question of suppression, sublimation. We are habituated, we are addicted, we are justifying, we are totally into the bhoga, 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 bhoga. Bhayankar na? Forget about the world, let us think and worry about ourselves. Third stage is this one. First is fulfillment, second is non-fulfillment, third is observing. The desires which are coming because of vasanas. Fourth stage is what? When we do for a long time, this one. Only you are observing, not fulfilling them. The interesting thing will happen. What is it, If the desires get reduced. That one. When you become an observant, an unbiased observant, not voting towards, voting against. है ना? हाँ आया कॉफी का डिजायर आया, रुको देखो ऐसे, वो 2 मिनट में चले आते हो. Think about it. And the wonderful thing is what? After 1 or 2 months of practice like this, even the desire doesn't come because the desire is not entertained. Therefore, the vasana has not become stronger. Therefore, it got diluted. It's only question of the vasanas coming as desire. Na? Why I don't have every desire which others have? Because those vasanas I don't have. And what desires I get, others why don't they get? Because they don't have that vasana. उनका अपना अलग हिसाब. कुछ कॉमन होते हैं, कुछ एक्सक्लूसिव होते हैं. You know, in one house, the husband daily has only coffee and the wife takes tea only. पिछले 40 साल से वही चल रहा है. वो हर वासना is tea, his वासना is coffee. क्योंकि डेली पीते जा रहे हैं, उनको वही वासना बना. And my husband takes coffee, I take tea, and to my children I give Bonavita, and my old uncle, I'll only give him green tea. He put such a frowning face looking at us. And even if asked, we don't give. Because, Sasurji, this milk you can't digest, this you can't digest anything, therefore don't eat. You die, you suffer. There are bahu, some of them. Force all the medical things on the grandparents. Don't give them proper food. ये हर एक तमाशा इस दुनिया में देखने को होता है. Then see that now the next stage is what? After the sublimation of this way, the vasanas is happening, expressing as non-formation of the desire. See the lightness of the heart at that time, isn't it? Calmness in the mind. Just keep observing they without fulfilling. Definitely they go. That's the meaning of Vishayaha vinivartante niraharasya dehinaha outside or inside. The next stage is slowly introduce spirituality. Okay, wherein only one thing. Everything is call it as Bhagavan, call it as the Lord. That's it. The object also is divine only. That's what is the present subject we are studying in the Upanishads. In the Yoga Vasishta Mahara. What was said in Yoga Vasishta Mahara and Kal ke din, Parso ke din? Is it not insistingly told that everything is that Brahman only? Everything is that Atman only. Everything is that Parama Atma Tattva only. It's only ignorance and illusions that something other than the Atman is projected. Among the projected things, one thing is the mind, and the mind has its capacity of again secondary projections, and in that the desires, the vasanas, or all these, ये सब तमाशा है ये तो. This is what is the ignorance, delusion, samsara. Now, when we do this vicharana, everything has got. Is it not? Those vasanas grow. Whichever the vasanas we are making, they only remain and affect us. Imagine 5 years I have done this sadhana, that everything is Bhagavad Rupa. Is it not that taught to us Hindus, Sanatan Dharmi, that starting with the Ashwatha and the Tulasi tree, every tree is Bhagavan only. Starting with Ganga Yamuna, every river is Bhagavan only. Starting with the Himalaya Parvata, every Parvata is Bhagavan only. Isn't it? Just think about it. Imagine that state of our heart wherein it's full of the vasanas, positively called as samskaras, that everything is divine, consciously sent into us. If those are the samskaras, when they come in the mind, they come only in the respectful, reverential way only, because the samskaras that everything is divine. We were told that. Even now, some people practice it. कुछ चीजें होते हैं उनको, like we were given the training that any paper is Saraswati Mata. Therefore, we never in our life have put any paper on the ground. कोई है नीचे तो उसको उठाकर नमस्कार करती, इवन कागज का टुकड़ा भी हो, that was the samskar. Because that paper contains the words contain the jnanam, that jnanam saves us, and it is the expression of Mother Saraswati, therefore it is respectful. Even the newspaper, कुछ भी हो हम उसको प्रणाम नमस्कार ही कर. Even now there are some people respect that newspaper. Those who got that samskar. जिसको नहीं है, they don't care anything. That's okay. But those vasanas are created. And see, parents, elders, they are divine only. They are respectful. Those samskaras were given to us. Therefore, in some cases, the father died at the age of 55. This fellow is 70. हिसाब से देखो तो is 15 years more than father, who already died, no problem. But still he has in mind respect only for the father, who is 15 years younger to him, because he died 55 age. Like now only when you close your eyes and remember your father, you have the thought of respect, reverence only. Age wise, if you see, some of us might have lived more than the father's age, mother's age. पापा आपके कब चले गए 65 पे, what's your age now 85, so you are 20 years elder to your father, but still you have a respectful reverence only to that father. That's samskar. Whether that father was more wiser than you, intelligent than you or not, we don't know. Whether he studied shastra or not, that's all secondary. Pitaji matlab respectful. That's the vasana. That's a positive samskara example. Isn't it? In this way, all the time entertaining the divine positive things, sending those samskaras so that they only come in the mind. You know? And they alone are being expressed in action. Is the way by changing the cycle of samsara into the cycle of sadhana, then the cycle of janma marana into the moksha through jnana. And which is very tough in this Kali Yuga because of the surroundings. In the earlier times, 30-40 people here, ढूंढने पर भी भोग वस्तु कम मिलते थे. अभी बिना मांगे they are fully available, seen everywhere. See, yesterday we saw in our Prashnottara Ratnamalika, who are the Sajjanaha? Sajjanas are those, even in this Kali Yuga, don't get disturbed in their mind because of seeing all these things. In this Kali Yuga also, if somebody is not disturbed in his mind by all these, he is called Sajjana. Ke Sajjanaha, Te Sajjanaha, isn't it? And the thing is, what is the world outside? It has its own way of evolution, devolution. How are we protecting ourselves from it, or misguided by it, attracted by it, going away from the spirituality? This is our question. Are we protecting ourselves from it and maintaining our adhyatmikata? Or are we getting lost? Otherwise, there's no end to the newer and newer and newer things coming, newer and newer people coming in our life. एक बात तो सच है, सारा जितना भी ग्लिटरिंग हो, एवरीथिंग इज माया मोह. पकड़ में फंस गए उसमें, then we go away from the sadhana. This is the knowledge which should help us from protecting from all these tumultuous world, it is called. The continuous world around of dazzling lights and dances and musics and entertainment and extravaganzas. If you go in today's world into any of the town, not in big city required, proper, you will see hundreds and thousands of the things attract. So what? They're all Maya, they're all Moha. I am not for that, they are not for me. I am the sadhak. ऐसा भावना से अपने आप को रक्षा कर. But the main thought is, this is how the vasana, the desire, the fulfillment, again formation of vasana. What is the thing we have to do now? Vasana, the desire. Not fulfilling the desire, Watching the desire, seeing to see that that particular vasana and desire gone, now replacing it by the divine thoughts. So that only the divine vasanas or samskaras are dinas. The divine thought can be, it can be continuous Bhagavan Nama. It can be the continuous chanting of stotras, bhajans. It can be continuous chanting of the Veda mantra, Shanti mantra, Upanishad mantra. They have to be there in our vasanas, samskaras. They only come in the mind as thoughts. They prompt us either to be a devotee or to be a meditator. Now we have all the worldly vasanas, therefore we are prompted to be a bhogi. So वे उड़ते लोग क्यों भोग में भाग रहे? Because of the vasanas they created like that. Why few people are going for yoga? You are coming to the class subah subah. Why? You have this vasana. Was it positively called this samskar? Who made it? For me, nobody, myself. Knowingly or unknowingly. Now, knowingly we will eliminate the negative. Knowingly we will inculcate the positive. No question of unknowing now. Because the thought is discussed. Right, friends? These are the three things. The fourth one is very crucial. That was that's how the divinity should more and more enter into us. At the buddhi level, the divinity in the form of contemplation on the truth. At the mana level, the divinity in the form of bhakti, variety of tunings to the Lord with emotion. At the indriya level, the divinity is doing the Bhagavat Seva only with whatever the indriyas are capable of. So indriya mana buddhi ko divya banate jana. Conscious. When we are doing it, our existing inner vasanas also try to derail us. The outer world and its prabhava, Kali Yuga, it also tries to derail us. But we have to see that we don't get derailed. We are on the rail or on the track. याद रखो इस बात को. Just because we are trying to be spiritual, nothing will be convenient to us. The inner and outer continue their own way of trying to distract us. Knowingly or unknowingly. It is our choice. Like Sardi aayi hai. It has come to trouble us knowingly or unknowingly. But we have to know that Sardi se tabiyat kharab hoti hai, so let me wear my sweaters. Sardi never comes to trouble us, but it comes. When it comes, it troubles. We have to have common sense to protect ourselves from that Sardi or Garmi. Same way the world will be like that. The thoughts will be like that. We have to be wise enough to be protecting ourselves from them. This is how an individual always in that mode of inquiry, contemplation, improving himself, changing himself, guarding himself, observing whether he is falling trap to anything, observing whether he is going away from Adhyatmikata. Another question, last 4 5 years, okay, you may be attending classes, we may be, but what is the other aspect of the life happening? If it was fully intensely used for sadhana, how great it would have been. है ना? अब एटलीस्ट अब आगे के 5 साल पे ध्यान दो. That's another thought. Another day we'll discuss it. Om, Om, Om Sahana Vavadu Sahano Hunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsharishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyah Om Yairime Gurubhi Purvam Vadavakya Pramanadaha व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. ॐ करुणावरुणालय पालय मां भवसागरदुःखविदूनहृदं रचयाखिलदर्शनतत्त्वविदं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्. ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यमेकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां कृपया उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां मोक्षमार्गाणां गुरुशिष्यभक्तभगवत् परम्परादीनां पुनरुत्थानजागरणविश्वव्याप्तिविश्व आध्यात्मिकप्रगति एकता शान्तिपुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् सनातनधर्मसंस्थापने कङ्कणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां निरन्तरदिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवत् शिवकृष्णादि समस्त मन्दिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यदिव्य क्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालय भूभागादीनां पुनरवाप्तितेषु निरन्तरशास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तरशत्रूणां शाश्वतरूपेण समूलनिर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः सुसम्प्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थं विश्वे मोक्षधर्मपुरुषार्थप्रतिष्ठाद्वारा विश्वसंरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद्देवता गुरुशास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा माता पितृदेश धर्म सनातन धर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थम वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। ओम सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः। Just to chant from 16 to 21. ओम सर्वतः पाणिपादं दद सर्वतोक्षिशिरोमुखं सर्वतः श्रुतिमल्लोके सर्वमावृत्य तिष्ठति सर्वेन्द्रियगुणाभासं सर्वेन्द्रियविवर्जितं सर्वस्य प्रभुमीशानं सर्वस्य शरणं बृहतो नवद्वारे पुरे देहि हंसो लेलायते बहिः वशी सर्वस्य लोकस्य स्थावरस्य चरस्य च अपाणिपादो जवनो गृहीता पश्यत्य चक्षुः शृणोत्यकर्णः स वेत्ति वेद्यं न च तस्यास्ति वेत्ता तमाहुरग्र्यं पुरुषं महान्तम् अणोरणीयान् महतो महीयान् आत्मा गुहायां निहितोऽस्ति जन्तोः तमक्रतुं पश्यति वीतशोकः धातुः प्रसादान् महिमानमात्मनः वेदाहमेतमजरं पुराणं सर्वात्मानं सर्वगतं विभुत्वात् जन्मनिरोधं प्रभवन्ति यस्य ब्रह्मवादिनो हि प्रवदन्ति नित्यम्। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Friends, what an important topic under discussion in the third chapter, seventh mantra we have done yesterday, Krishna Vasudeva. In that wonderful mantra, I am chanting it. Please take out the books. Om Atah Param Brahma Param Bruhantam Yatha Nikayam Sarva Bhuteshu Gudham Vishwasyaikum Pariveshtitaram Isham Tam Gnatva Amrita Bhavanti. Vedantic mantras with Vedantic vocabulary having the Vedantic meaning called as paribhasha. Our struggle is to catch that paribhasha, the vocabulary meaning, with that trying to understand mantras through the mantra understanding, understanding the reality, understanding the truth, understanding the Paramatma, understanding the self. This is what we are doing. Then our effort will be as a sadhaka to avoid in that self. That's it. We are already that. So, one by one sentence here. Tataha param. Tataha means from that, or from that param is greater. From what? What was said in the earlier mantra. What was said? Virat Purusha. Okay, tataha param means athava tataha jagadatmanah virajaha param. What is the param? Param is Purnataya Vyapakam. Why Vyapakam? Karanatmana. See? ततः पुरुषयुक्तात् जगतः परम कारणत्वात् कार्यभूतस्य प्रपंचस्य व्यापकम इत्यर्थ. He being the Moola Karana permeates the Karya, the Karya is the Jagat, therefore Karya Rupa Jagat is fully permeated by the Karana Rupa that. Okay, the Karya Rupa Jagat is Virat here. Karana of that. What is the immediate Karana of it? Second one. What is that? Brahma. Which Brahman here? Kim Tat Brahma Param and Bruhantam. So here Brahma Param again you have to explain. Param word remains the same. But Brahma he has to be explained. Here he says Brahma means Brahmanaha. Here the meaning of Brahma is Brahmanaha Hiranyagarbhat Param. First Tataha is Virat. Therefore Tata Param is permeating the Virat higher than the Virat. Which is the higher than the Virat? The Brahma only. Which Brahma? Hiranyagarbha Brahma. Now we are not in the interest of either Virat Brahma or Hiranyagarbha. We are interested in the third, and that is Param. So Tata Param beyond Virat Purusha. Brahma Param beyond the Hiranyagarbha. So that's what Brahma Param means. Brahmanaha Hiranyagarbhat Param. Is this Brahman pure, which is our goal? Bruhantam. It is Bruhat. Mahad Vyapitvat. It is what is its Mahat Vyapatva? It is Vyapta beyond even Virat, including Virat. Beyond even Hiranyagarbha, including Hiranyagarbha. That Brahman is permeating Hiranyagarbha and beyond. Hiranyagarbha is permeating Virat and beyond. A part of Hiranyagarbha only expresses as Virat, not the whole. And then that Virat also, sorry, Hiranyagarbha also is a part and parcel of that Brahman, not everything. Just like Padosya Vishwa Bhutani. Asya Padaha Vishwa Bhutani. Tripadasya Amrutam Devi. A quarter of it only, it's like the entire space has not become all planets, etc. Entire mud has not become all pots, or entire earth has not become trees and plants. Entire oceanic water has not become waves. Only the superficial is wave. Niche wave hai nahi. Entire gold that's not is there is not made into ornament. बहुत सारा gold तो अभी जमीन के अंदर है. Like entire language I am not talking. Entire knowledge I have I am not talking. In the same way. That way what we are saying is the meaning of the word param. Bruhat. Param is vyapakatvam. Bruhantam also mahad vyapitvat. Is this parabrahma tattva. So tata param brahma param bruhantam. Tata param is beyond karana and permeating the virat. Again, Brihat Param means beyond and Karana of and permeating this Hiranyagarbha. Second thing. Third is Brihatvat, that which is Mahadvyapaka, which is this Brahma Vastu. This is what Tata Param Brahma Param Bruhantam explained. Second, Yathanikayam Sarvabhuteshu Gudam. What do you mean by that? Yathanikayam means Yatha Shariram. Yatha Sharira means the Shariras remaining intact as they are for our perception, still Sarvabhuteshu, in every of that being, Gudham it is there. This is one of the most important things as a spiritual seekers, we must catch it. Very important. Let us pause, let us try to grasp that point. What is it? Yathanikayam Sarvabhuteshu Gudham. That Paramatma is such a thing, he cannot be quantified in kilograms or in heights or in the weights, etc. It's a special thing that Paramatma Vastu as an existence consciousness. Therefore, it is there in, as we said yesterday, in the smaller than the small microbe also, which is only microscopic. It can be there in the entire Bhuloka also. अरे भूलोक का कितना बड़ा साइज है भूमि का लेट अस से the globe how big is it so big And what is a small atom or any microbe? So small. Interesting point. What? Yathanikayam sarvabhutesh guna means what? This Paramatman is there same whether it is in a micro atom or a macro globe or a microbe or macrobe, let us say an elephant. अब एलिफेंट का इतना बड़ा शरीर है, वो उनके अंदर अधिष्ठान के रूप में जो सत परमात्मा है, वो एलिफेंट्स क्वांटिटी ऑफ बिगनेस डजंट अफेक्ट इट. सो टू इफ इट इज देयर इन ए स्मॉल एंट, तो एंट के अंदर द शुद्ध सत्ता छोटा है, एलिफेंट में बड़ा है, ऐसा नहीं होगा. दैट्स द मीनिंग ऑफ यथा निकायम सर्वभूतेषु गूढ़. Like in a small wave also is a water, a big tide also is water or not. You know, you make a small nathani for the nose or earring. In that also there is gold. You make a big waistband, है ना, जो भी कहते हैं, वो भी गोल्ड ही है. Gold has nothing to do with the ornamentation or the size. Isn't it? Gold is gold. You quantify it for your sake, selling and by chasing, etc. But gold is gold. So too a small wave do not trouble us, but the big wave can lash us at and pull us into ocean. That is secondary at the Vyavahar level. But the water is water in big or small. This third point, this line, Yathanikayam Sarva Bhuteshu Godam, should take us to a little higher acceptance of the about the Paramatma in a higher subtle understanding. What is it? He has no shape, size, etc. That he is differentiable because of the thing through which he is expressing. इसमें भगवान छोटे बन गए, ऐसा नहीं होता. That's the meaning of Sarvabhuteshu Gudha. See, in other texts, Sarvabhuteshu Gudam, we listen. एष सर्वेषु भूतेषु गूढ़ोत्मान प्रकाशते और ईश्वर सर्वभूतानां हृद्देशे अर्जुन तिष्ठति. That we always listen. But the extra word added here, Yathanikayam, means what? He, by being in that elephant or ant, will not specially influence them with his presence. Rather, neither the elephant size, the ant's size do not influence this Paramatma. The presence of Paramatma is same in them. And any big or small ones can be superimposed on him. He doesn't get affected. That's the meaning of Yatha Nikayam means Yatha Shariram. Stula Sukshma Karana. Sarva Bhuteshu Gudam. What do you mean by Gudam? Antaha Avasthitam. Gudaha means inside he is very much there. Here, the beauty of this word Gudham is the moment we say Gudham, मतलब कहीं जाकर कमरे के अंदर कहीं छुप गए. Not that way here. Sarva Bhuteshu Gudam means is non-perceptible because he is subtle. That's the meaning. Otherwise, he is everywhere. Like the gold is Gudam in the ornament. Doesn't mean that in the ornament some corner the gold is there. No. It is there in every part of the ornament, but not easily perceptible because our attention is on the form and shape and name of the ornament. सर्वभूतेषु गूढ़म का अर्थ हुआ है. लाइक इफ यू सी अगेन एलिफेंट, इन दैट परमात्मा इज देयर मीन्स इन द एलिफेंट इन इट सम कॉर्नर, ऐसे परमात्मा ही नहीं है. परमात्मा alone is there in the trunk, in the tail, in the legs, every body, the tusk, the mouth of the elephant. But what do you mean by gudam? Means because our attention is on the form of the elephant, its actions, etc., we are not able to see the presence of the Paramatma. That inability to see us is called gudam. He is not hidden that way from his side. He is hidden from our drishti. Because our drishti is not focusing on it. If you focus, like all the scientific truths are hidden in the Prakriti. Means what? They are eternally there, but we are not aware of them. As and when we are becoming aware, we are making use of all that, and see the science is growing. So yathanikayam sarvabhuteshu gudham. Done. Yathanikayam yatha shariram. Sarvabhuteshu gudham means antara avasthitam. Next one, third line. Vishwasya ekam. For the entire universe is only one. One what? Pariveshtitaram. He is the one Pariveshtita of the entire. Pariveshtitru, Pariveshtitaram. Like Pitru, Pitaram, Matru, Mataram. Then one Pariveshtita. What is the Pariveshtita? Dekho, the Veshti in Malayalam, in Telugu, in Sanskrit means the shirt. What is the Veshti shirt does? It covers the body. Isn't it? Here also, he is for the entire Vishwa. He is a Pariveshtita. He is the one who is covering all of them. That's the beauty of the word. You see, Pariveshtitara means Sarvam Antaha Krutva. He is keeping everything inside him. Sarvam Antaha Krutva. Sabko apne andar lekar. And like the shirt is taking me inside, me, my sharira. Inside it. It's called Pariveshtita. So Sarvam Antaha Krutva. So earlier when it was said he is Gudham, that means he is inside. Now when it is said Parveshtitaram, he is as if, no, only word, play of the word only. He is outside. So whether tell me, sir, he is inside or outside, he is in and out, he alone is there. You only have projected Rupana. सर्वस्य गूढ़म अलग मीनिंग देता है कि इज इनसाइड एवरीथिंग. परिवेष्टितारम अलग मीनिंग देता है. इट सेज दैट ही इज आउटसाइड एवरीथिंग मींस ही इज कंटेनिंग एवरीथिंग. So he is the container, is the content. So pariveshtitaram means sarvam antah krutva. Then so atmana, सबको अपने अंदर करके स्व आत्मना, by himself only. Listen, सर्वम व्याप्य अवस्थितम. सबको व्याप्त करके वही है. So when these many words are used, see the difference between us and the gurus. Gurus also see the Rupanama, but they don't see it as real. They are seeing the reality. We are seeing the Rupanama. For us, the Rupanama alone is real. What they are talking about, the all pervading in and out, we are not able to catch it. That's the difference between the Vedanta deeply studied Drishti and not studied Drishti. Drishtim Jnanamayam Kritva Pashet Brahmamayam Jagat is this. Isn't it? Every gold ornament le lo up. Inside that ornament, Gudam, the gold only is there, as we said. And outside also, which is that permeating that whole ornament, the gold only. Sarvam antakritva, so atmana sarvam vyapya avasthitam. He is that Paramatma, the Isham. That Isham Parama Ishwaram. In this way is Parameshwara. हमें क्या करना है? ज्ञात्वा. Our focus attention should be in realizing him. Then होगा क्या? Amrita bhavanti. Because he is the only one Amrita, and knowing him is becoming one with him, we also become Amrita. Anything other than him or the Rupanama, in that Rupanama हर क्षण मृत्यु है. याद रखो, परमात्मा में कभी भी जन्म मरण नहीं है. Other than परमात्मा in the very projected world, हर पल जन्म मरण है. मरता है, जन्म लेता, मरता जन्म. In परमात्मा no मरना, no. In water, never dying, never born. But the wave, born, growing, growing, becoming old, thabak, dying. The bubble, born, growing, growing, thabak, dying. What about the water? It is Amrit. So we always have the choice to identify with the Amrita, Ishvara, or Amrita, Vishwa, Jagat, Rupanama, Upadis. See that? Within ourselves, in the world, everything, the two things are mixed up. The Nama Rupa and the Adhisthana. Adhisthana is Amrita Swarupa, one without second, Ekam, and the Rupa Nama are the Amrita. We always choose to value the Mrita Rupa, Rupa Nama, and they are definitely Mrita, therefore we are suffering. Jnanis choose to see the Amrita Swarupa. That's what is Gita. Tata dehantar prabhati dhirastatra na mukhyati. Natvevaham jatunasam natvam nime janadip. All that what was said is this all. That's how Gita is the Upanishad Sara. Upanishad is Brahma Vidya. Brahman is that subtle Satchidananda Brahma which is permeating everything, which is covered, which is covering everything. अंदर भी वही है, बाहर भी वही है. अंतर बहिश्च तत् सर्वं व्याप्य नारायणः स्थितः. Is Narayana is Parabrahma. And then the last point is what? Jnatva amrita bhavanti. That Parameshwara we have to know. Then we become immortal. And always remember, when we know the Rupanama, we know them as somebody other than us, something other. But when we know that Ishvara, the Paramatma, necessarily we have to know him as our own self. He is Amrita, therefore we know him as ourselves. We also experience the Amritatva. And Sara Janjat, Khatam. Once I know I am the immortal self, all the mortality and its fears and dukkha and all struggles to avoid that mortality, the samsara, everything goes away. Amrita Bhavanti. Amrita Bhavanti is a Vedantic way of saying that he becomes immortal means the mortality and all the dukkha brought out of it, struggles brought out of it, all are gone. Like somebody, उनको थोड़ा अंदर होने लगा मैं मरने वाला हूँ. अब see is bhaya, see is dukkha, see is struggle to avoid it. And with all these struggles of bhaya, dukkha, will he avoid the mrityu? He cannot. Why? Because the body will anyway die. Now imagine that person through study of Upanishads has realized himself to be that immortal self. You will just watch, my body is falling, it's superimposed, it was always falling down, only dying. I am the Atman, the Brahman, which is birthless, deathless. Na jayate, na mriyate, which we'll study in Gita. ये है ब्रह्म आत्मज्ञान जो अमृत स्वरूप है इसलिए अमृत अनुभव देगा. बाकी सब अब्रह्म अनात्म अज्ञान which मृत स्वरूप therefore मृत्यु मृत्यु के साथ every दुख it will give. Choice is ours, right? ओम 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 पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Thank you. Come, let us study Gita.